I just watched Fantastic Four First Steps and it was amazing. I'm going to start with a little non-spoiler section, but then most of this will be spoilers. But this was one of the first movies I've been to, and I've been to see a lot of movies in the cinema, where the audience clapped at the end. Everyone was characterized very well, and the chemistry between all the actors was amazing. It felt like they'd stepped right off the pages of the comics. Now to go into some more spoiler territory. I liked how all of the members of the Fantastic Four had their own thing going on, with Reed and Sue as being parents. Then Johnny had all the Silver Surfer stuff, and Thing had the Yancey Street stuff, which he probably had the least out of the quartet. The space sequences were all fantastic. Yes, I'm going to be probably saying fantastic a lot in this video. Well, short. And I was not expecting Sue to give birth in space. How they did her powers was interesting because she had more telekinesis than the force fields, and her invisibility was more light bending, but it looked very cool, and was used very effectively and in some pretty cool ways, such as when Johnny shot the fire and they blinded Galactus together. The fact that she managed to hold off Galactus and actually push him back some people might not like it, but it's a mother's love, and they didn't even give her a nosebleed, which was great restraint on their part. She is my favourite member of the Fantastic Four, and this movie definitely did her justice. Her speech in the middle is really good, and also her conversations with Reed were excellent and portrayed their characters very well. With Reed also being all of them were good in this movie, but Reed and Sue were particularly great, which is good because those are my two favourites. We saw how Reed's intelligence clashes with other things, and how his intelligence is very scientifically analytic, which is one of his kind of major parts in comics. I loved how they adapted from using the bridge idea to teleport the entire planet to then just using it to teleport Galactus. I think that was a very cool transition from figuring plan to new plan. And when Johnny was going to sacrifice himself, I kind of knew that he wouldn't because Silver Surfer hadn't done anything I initially needed to come in. But I wonder if it was a reference to when he traps himself in the Annihilation Wave zone to fend off the Annihilation Wave, the negative zone, which is a thing that happens in the comics. I think that everything with Johnny and Charlotte Ball was done very well. I just want to say Galactus looked and sounded amazing, and while I don't have time to talk about the post-credit scene now, my heart stopped, which it hasn't done since seeing Kate Bishop's silhouette in the Marvels. But yes, I'll make a separate short about the post-credit scene. I would highly recommend this movie. It's fantastic.